Project 2027 was what Los Angeles Lakers fans dubbed the long-term plan to build around Luka Doncic. While there is certainly some nuance that needs explaining about the exact circumstances, that should be exactly when Rob Pelinka's next game-changing maneuver should be expected. ESPN's NBA insiders published a story on Wednesday that offered extensive look at the situation in Los Angeles. That write-up offered a strong estimation on how the Lakers should be expected to capitalize on their opportunistic approach that has prioritized flexibility. ESPN wrote, "An ideal situation is to parlay the expiring contracts into players who can help now and next season. That would put the Lakers in a position to have close to $100 million in cap space in 2027. The NBA insiders highlighted notable 2027 free agents Giannis Antetokounmpo, Stephen Curry, Nikola Jokic, Karl-Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell, and even Anthony Davis as players who should be on the radar. The Lakers would be positioned to strike, like they have done in the past. Lakers have enacted this exact same plan before." ESPN offered their proof as to how the Lakers are poising themselves for 2027 by rewinding the clock to the past summers of 2018 and 2019. In 2018, they set themselves up to bring in LeBron James. The following offseason is when they built their championship core. The front office were able to similarly line up the contracts and maneuver the pieces back then to prime themselves as big players in free agency. The NBA insiders highlighted that a combination of getting to play with Doncic, the Los Angeles market, and a new owner should make for a strong pitch. Naturally, things are not exactly the same as they were back then. The biggest difference that can make this plan to retool in free agency a dud is, of course, the dreaded new CBA. Everyone was reminded by ESPN that the more lucrative financial options for these stars is now typically found in extending with their current team. That is why many of these high-caliber players have opted to take the money and force their way out via trade request, when necessary. That is not what the Lakers will want to hear. While the team is not completely without tradable assets, Los Angeles is certainly not rich in that department. The balancing act that faces the Lakers is not enviable. They will have to maintain a strong roster that allows them to compete now, while continuing to fixate on the game-changing opportunity that is ahead of them. As things stand, though, every indicator points to that being the vision in Los Angeles. Luka Doncic made 3 wishes to Los Angeles Lakers president Rob Pelinka, like Aladdin did to the genie in the bottle. Doncic specifically asked Lakers president Rob Pelinka to add a pick-and-pop guy, a defensive stopper, a rim protector, according to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, during their much-publicized dinner meeting after their first-round exit. Pelinka and Redick used the dinner to examine future cap space, the picks they owned, the picks they didn't own, and to discuss how to tackle their future together. Doncic was encouraged to share the archetypal players he felt the roster could use, a pick-and-pop guy, a defensive stopper, a rim protector, so the Lakers could identify realistic players to fit that mold. Pelinka granted Doncic's wishes with his savvy offseason moves. He signed Jake LaRavia, a pick-and-pop wing who shot 42.3% from the three-point range last season, to a 2-year, $12 million guaranteed deal. The Lakers also hit big in the buyout market. They landed Marcus Smart, the defensive stopper who won the 2022 NBA Defensive Player of the Year, and former number 1 pick DeAndre Ayton, the rim protector who started for the Phoenix Suns in their NBA Finals run in 2021. As a bonus, Pelinka netted the 3 significant additions without costing them a pick. Luka, we have what we need. In return, Doncic signed a 3-year, $165 million extension with the Lakers on the first day he was eligible to sign it. The new face of the Lakers franchise expressed his satisfaction over Pelinka's moves this offseason. "I think we have a great team. We have what we need to compete for the championship," Doncic told reporters during his August 2nd press conference. "I'll try to win every game no matter what, and we've got some new great guys on the team, so we're going to go for it." Doncic played a key role in recruiting both Ayton and Smart. Ayton shares the same agent as Doncic under Bill Duffy, the WME Sports head of its basketball operations. Doncic personally called Smart to extend his invitation to join him at the Lakers. Smart said Doncic personally recruiting him meant a lot to him, which is one of the reasons why he chose the Lakers after he reached a buyout with the rebuilding Washington Wizards. When you get a guy like Luka calling, referencing, checking on you, trying to see where you at to see if you want to come and join something special that he's trying to cook up over here, Smart told reporters during his introductory press conference. And for him to say that he can really use my help, that meant a lot. Learning defensive tricks from Lakers' new stopper. Aside from his new diet that transformed his body, Doncic says Smart's addition will also help him become a better defender. I think I will play defense way better, Doncic told reporters. You got Marcus, so he's going to teach me some things. But that's going to help a lot. Doncic said he recruited them for his singular focus on a championship pursuit next season. To build a team to win the championship, said Doncic on why he helped the Lakers recruit Smart and Ayton. I think we had two great guys. I played against them before, never with them. So now I'm happy they're on my team. Kyle Kuzma hasn't been the same player since leaving the Los Angeles Lakers. Having established himself as a dynamic scoring threat during his early years, the forward embraced the role of a 3 and D player to help the purple and gold win a championship. After being traded to the Washington Wizards in 2021, Kuzma had the chance to become a scoring threat again. Unfortunately, the Wizards have been an underwhelming team in this time. Kuzma proved he still had value after joining the Milwaukee Bucks last season, averaging 14.5 points and 5.6 rebounds per game while contributing on the defensive end. But this wasn't enough, especially considering that the Bucks were knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. Given the Bucks' current trajectory, there's a clear need to provide Giannis Antetokounmpo with more support. Meanwhile, the Lakers need to solidify their roster strength with additional frontcourt depth. To address both these issues, Sports Illustrated's Jackson Caudell and Rohan Raman presented a 3-team trade idea, with the Hawks effectively acting as facilitators for the trade. Proposed trade details. Los Angeles Lakers receive Kyle Kuzma, 2026 second-round pick, MIL, 2032 first-round pick, MIL swap. Milwaukee Bucks receive Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, 2029 first-round pick, ATL. Atlanta Hawks receive Andre Jackson Jr. The Hawks' acquisition of Andre Jackson Jr. does little to improve their overall roster strength. As one of the most impressive teams this offseason, the Hawks have enough depth in their backcourt to relegate Jackson Jr. to a deep bench position. However, this move does have major implications for the Lakers and the Bucks. This trade allows the Lakers to acquire a fan favorite in Kyle Kuzma. When considering what he achieved with the team during his tenure, it's clear that he would be welcomed with open arms in Los Angeles. Kuzma could be a key addition to the Lakers' bench. As a confident scorer and earnest defender, he can provide consistent scoring and versatility off the bench. At 6 feet 9 inches, he also gives the purple and gold some length in the frontcourt. This could be vital in improving the team's rebounding effort and defensive performance on the perimeter. His chemistry with LeBron James is proven. Kuzma's adaptability would help him develop a similar chemistry with Luka Doncic. When also considering the draft capital coming over in this trade, with 2 second-rounders in 2026 and 2032, the Lakers would view this very favorably. This deal also has some merit for the Bucks, who are currently lacking in several positions. Although this deal doesn't address the immediate issues in their starting rotation, it does provide them with some depth and valuable draft capital. The addition of Gabe Vincent helps build some depth in their point guard rotation. With Cole Anthony occupying the starting spot, Vincent could prove to be a reliable backup. While his playmaking isn't his most notable asset, he has displayed some capabilities as a perimeter threat and a point-of-attack defender. His hustle and effort were valuable factors for the Lakers. He recorded an average of 6.4 points, 1.4 assists, and 0.7 steals per game, while shooting 40% from the field and 35.3% from three-point range last season. While his offensive contributions are limited, he could still be a solid veteran presence to have on the bench. Acquiring Maxi Kleber could benefit the Bucks in many ways. On the court, Kleber has displayed tremendous IQ and veteran instincts. As a capable floor-spacing big man, he brings a lot of flexibility to the rotation, essentially fulfilling a role similar to Brook Lopez. He isn't the most formidable defender, but he still showcases defensive instincts and smarts that allow him to stay in front of his assignments. Kleber missed much of last season due to injury, which impacted his statistical output. But considering what he is capable of bringing to the table, Milwaukee could have use for him in their rotation. Even if they cannot be contributors for the team, both Kleber and Vincent are on expiring contracts. This could be beneficial for the Bucks in clearing roughly $22.5 million in cap space next season, making this deal a lot more lucrative for Milwaukee. The Bucks do not do this deal. Stocking up on expiring contracts presents an intriguing outlook for Milwaukee, but it remains unlikely that they would willingly compromise their season to this extent, especially amid ongoing Antetokounmpo trade rumors. Kuzma may not be the ideal third scoring option, but he has proven himself to be a more significant contributor than Vincent and Kleber combined. Even with the draft capital coming their way, the Bucks would handle this situation carefully. While a potential rebuild may be on the horizon, parting ways with Kuzma may only happen as part of a package deal for a bigger name.